Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You have made it to the final section of today's lesson. Now, you might think you're a master of disaster at multiplying these expressions together, but question for you. When we multiply all of these together, what kind of expression are these that we're multiplying together? Again, what kind of expressions are these that we're multiplying together? The correct answer to that question is this is a monomial expression, and all of the things being multiplied together are monomials as well. What I want to talk to you guys about today is, well, how do you actually multiply polynomials? I know you know how to do this one. 4 times 5 times 6 actually would give you, I think, 120. And then we take all the exponents and we add them, and I think we would get to the 7. The issue is, what happens when I have a polynomial? Like, for example, this guy. What kind of polynomial is this one again? Good. And what about this one? What kind of polynomial is this? Good. Yeah, this is a binomial. This is a trinomial. Now, we can make some kind of guess as to what kind of polynomial we're going to get out of this as a result. But the answer is, it's going to be more than a monomial, okay? It's not just going to be like 4x squared. It's going to be a very complicated answer because we have multiple things being multiplied together. Before I show you a problem like that, I want to show you the most simple polynomial there possibly is, the binomial. So maybe, I don't know, x squared plus 2, and then maybe, I don't know, let's multiply that by, I don't know, 4x to the third. And we're going to do this exactly as how you might imagine. I have something on the outside of parentheses. I want to get it on the inside. I would actually just use the distributive property. And it might be a little confusing as to what you actually distribute, the 4, the x, the 3. The answer is you distribute everything. So help me out with this problem really quick. Can you tell me what 4x to the third times x squared is? Good. Hopefully you got that. 4x to the fifth, right? Likewise, this is kind of a two-part problem. I also have to multiply 4x to the third times 2. Can you tell me what that is? Hopefully you got that. This is just positive 8x to the third. Again, there's no other x, so the x just kind of comes along for the ride. And this right here is actually the simplified version of what I have above. So what happens when you multiply polynomials? Well, you have to multiply each term by each term in the other polynomial. So this was just a monomial, so I just had to multiply this once by each term in the binomial. But if I get to a more complicated problem like the one above, well, now think about it. If I have 2 terms in this, I've got 3 terms in this, how many different multiplication problems am I actually going to be doing? Correct answer, if you think about it, is, well, 3 for each term, right? There's 3 here, so it's 1, 2, 3, and 3 for each term here, so it's 1, 2, 3. That's a total of 6. Or you could think about it the other way around if you wanted to. There's 2 for each one of these terms, right? So there's 1, 2, 1, 2, so that's 3, 4, and then 5, 6. Either way you look at it, I'm going to be multiplying everything by everything, and that can be very, very, very confusing. So there is an organized way to do this. Always start with this guy and then multiply it by each thing. So just start by distributing this first one. Can you go ahead and tell me what would you get if you did x squared times 3x squared, x squared times 4x, x squared times 5? Just keep the plus signs between them. No negatives for now. If you did that correctly, you should have gotten 3x to the fourth. And hopefully we're good enough to do these in our head now. 4x to the third. Again, I just brought down the plus sign, bring down the other plus sign, and then 5 times x squared is obviously just 5x squared. Sweet. That is half the problem. The other half comes from these. 3 times 3x squared is 9x squared. I'll just do this part for you. Plus 12x plus 15. And now what you're going to notice is actually I have a whole lot of things being added together. In fact, these two polynomials, because of this sign right here, I'm actually going to be adding these together too, which this is a problem we did earlier in the week. And so I'm going to realign this hamburger style and actually add these up just as they appear. And I get 3x to the fourth plus 4x to the third. This was a positive 9x, so I'm going to do 5 plus 9 to get 14x to the second. Remember, when we add the exponents, they don't change. That's just when we multiply. Plus 12x plus 15. Holy moly, what a lot of work. We got a really, really complicated answer. Unfortunately, multiplying polynomials looks really, really crazy. Tomorrow we're going to talk about a more organized way to do it. For today, I'd love you just to try a couple of examples for me and see if you can't do it. Appreciate you watching though. Be sure to answer the random trivia question at the end of this video for a very special prize. Thanks, guys.